Welcome to School of the Lost Tribes Radio, where the Word speaks not to the world, but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Clarity helps generate the lessons needed to seal the chosen before the destruction. The second book of the prophet ESDRAS, the son of Sarias, the son of Azarias, the son of Helkias, the son of Sadamias, the son of Sadak, the son of Achitob. This is establishing lineage on purpose. Yahawah keeps records of priestly and prophetic lines in Israel because covenant promises move through a real nation with real fathers. For the scattered Israelites today, it's a reminder that our identity isn't a vibe. Our history and calling are documented, and Yahawah never loses his portion. The son of Achias, the son of Phinehas, the son of Haley, the son of Amarias, the son of Aziah, the son of Maramoth, the son of Arna, the son of Ozias, the son of Borith, the son of Abisai, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eleazar. The genealogy continues to show continuity. Even when Israel is punished, the covenant line still stands. That means exile and scattering do not cancel the promises. Yahawah preserves a remnant and a witness in every generation. The son of Aaron, of the tribe of Levi, which was captive in the land of the Medes, in the reign of Artaxerxes, king of the Persians. Now you see the context. Captivity. Levi, connected to priesthood, being held in a foreign empire, is Israel's discipline made visible. For dispersed Israel today, this hits home. Being in the land of the Medes is the pattern of being under other kingdoms until Yahawah gathers his people back under his rule. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, this is Yahawah initiating the message, not Esdras inventing it. Israel's correction and restoration always starts with Yahawah speaking, through prophets, through his word, and ultimately through Yahawah Shai to his covenant nation. Go thy way, and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children. This is covenant accountability. Israel must be confronted, and the next generations must be taught what broke the relationship. For scattered Israelites, it's a call to stop pretending our condition is random. Our captivity has a spiritual cause, and repentance is national as well as personal. Because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me, and have offered unto strange gods. This explains why judgment lingers. The children repeated the father's rebellion. Forgotten me is covenant betrayal. Israel turning from Yahawah to other powers, systems, and worship. So the scattered must return to Yahawah's ways and reject the idols of the nations. Am not I, even he, that brought them out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage? But they have provoked me unto wrath, and despised my counsels. Yahawah reminds Israel of redemption history. He delivered them as his nation, so disobedience isn't mistakes. It's despising counsel. Scattered Israel must remember the same pattern. Yahawah saves, then commands. Covenant freedom requires covenant loyalty. Pull thou off then the hair of thy head, and cast all evil upon them. For they have not been obedient unto my law, but it is a rebellious people. This is prophetic mourning and indignation, an acted-out sign that Israel's rebellion is serious. The point for today's remnant is sober. Being the people doesn't excuse lawlessness. It increases responsibility to obey Yahawah's covenant. How long shall I forbear them, into whom I have done so much good? This is Yahawah's long patience running up against Israel's repeated refusal. For the scattered tribes, it's a warning not to abuse mercy. Yahawah's benefits are meant to lead Israel back, not to empower ongoing rebellion. Many kings have I destroyed for their sakes. Pharaoh with his servants and all his power have I smitten down. Yahawah shows Israel his past acts of warfare for the covenant people. If he judged Pharaoh for Israel's deliverance, then Israel should fear provoking him, because the same power that saves Israel also disciplines Israel when the covenant is violated. All the nations have I destroyed before them, And in the east I have scattered the people of 2 provinces, even of Tyrus and Sidon, and have slain all their enemies. Yahweh is reminding Israel that the land and victories were covenant gifts, not Israel's greatness. For scattered Israel, this is important. Restoration isn't earned by pride. It's received when Yahweh remembers his covenant, and Israel returns in obedience. Speak thou therefore unto them, saying, Thus saith the Lord. This signals an official covenant lawsuit. The message isn't motivational, it's legal and prophetic. Yahweh addressing his nation as a father and king with rightful authority over Jacob. I led you through the sea, and in the beginning gave you a large and safe passage. I gave you Moses for a leader, and Aaron for a priest. This ties deliverance to order. Yahweh didn't just rescue Israel, he established leadership and priesthood. Scattered Israel must understand. Returning to Yahweh is returning to his structure, law, guidance, and holy service. I gave you light in a pillar of fire, and great wonders have I done among you. Yet have ye forgotten me, saith the Lord. The miracles weren't entertainment, they were covenant proof. Forgetting Yahweh after receiving signs shows hardened hearts. So the remnant today must not demand signs while ignoring obedience. Thus saith the Almighty Lord, the quails were as a token to you. I gave you tents for your safeguard. Nevertheless, ye murmured there. Yahweh even provided in Israel's complaining, showing mercy in the wilderness. But murmuring reveals distrust. Scattered Israel must learn not to interpret hardship as abandonment, but as a call to faith and discipline. And triumphed not in my name for the destruction of your enemies, but ever to this day do ye yet murmur. Israel failed to glorify Yahweh when he delivered them. Instead, they kept a spirit of complaint. For today's dispersed, it's a rebuke of ungratefulness. If we claim Yahweh, we must honor his name and stop living like the nations. Where are the benefits that I have done for you? When you were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me? Yahweh presses Israel to remember. They relied on him before, so why act faithless now? The scattered tribes must build identity on Yahweh's historic care, not on present confusion, saying, Why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us? It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in this wilderness. This is the slavery mindset, preferring bondage to covenant testing. Modern scattered Israel must reject that same spirit. Don't romanticize captivity or assimilation when Yahweh is refining his people. Then had I pity upon your mournings, and gave you manna to eat, so ye did eat angels' bread. Yahweh answered complaint with provision, mercy for Israel despite unbelief. This shows covenant compassion. Even when Israel is weak, Yahweh feeds his people, proving he hasn't abandoned the inheritance. When you were thirsty, did I not cleave the rock, and waters flowed out to your fill? For the heat I covered you with the leaves of the trees. Yahweh points to specific care in the wilderness, water, shade, survival. For the remnant, it teaches that Yahweh's covenant doesn't fail in hard conditions. He preserves Israel until his purpose is complete. I divided among you a fruitful land. I cast out the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and the Philistines before you. What shall I yet do more for you, saith the Lord? Israel's inheritance is Yahweh's gift, tied to promise. The point is sharp. If Yahweh gave land and victory, Israel owes loyalty. So scattered Israel should seek restoration through covenant obedience, not entitlement. Thus saith the Almighty Lord, when you were in the wilderness, in the river of the Amorites, being athirst, and blaspheming my name. Israel's sin is named plainly, blaspheming Yahweh's name. For today, this warns the dispersed not to use Yahweh's name while living contrary to his law, because covenant speech must match covenant life. I gave you not fire for your blasphemies, but cast a tree in the water and made the river sweet. Instead of instant destruction, Yahweh showed restraint and provided a remedy. That's covenant mercy. Yahweh corrects Israel, but he also heals, giving the remnant hope that repentance can still lead to restoration. What shall I do unto thee, O Jacob? Thou, Judah, wouldest not obey me. I will turn me to other nations, and unto those will I give my name, that they may keep my statutes. This is a major covenant warning. Jacob and Judah refused obedience, so Yahweh threatens to place his name on other nations to provoke Israel to jealousy and to preserve his statutes. Under the exclusive doctrine frame, this is still about Israel's program, how Yahweh deals with his people in scattering, putting them among other nations, yet still driving the end goal, Israel learning to keep his statutes. Seeing ye have forsaken me, I will forsake you also. When ye desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy upon you. Covenant works both ways. Forsaking Yahweh triggers withdrawal of protection. For scattered Israel, it's a warning that crying out in trouble while refusing obedience is not repentance, it's crisis management. Whensoever ye shall call upon me, I will not hear you. For ye have defiled your hands with blood, and your feet are swift to commit manslaughter. This is about unrepented violence and oppression among the covenant people. The remnant must take this seriously. Yahweh demands clean hands in Israel, justice, repentance, and turning from blood guilt before expecting deliverance. Ye have not as it were forsaken me, but your own selves, saith the Lord. This reveals the nature of sin. Israel's rebellion harms Israel first. When the scattered tribes break covenant, we cut ourselves off from our own heritage. So returning to Yahweh is returning to our true life. Thus saith the Almighty Lord, Have I not prayed you as a father his sons, as a mother her daughters, and a nurse her young babes? Yahweh describes his care in family terms to show Israel's relationship is intimate, not distant religion. For the dispersed, this is a call to stop viewing Yahweh like an idol of the nations. He is the Father of Israel, nurturing his elect. That ye would be my people, and I should be your God. That ye would be my children, and I should be your father. This is straight covenant language, belonging and inheritance. Scattered Israel must hear this as identity. Yahweh's purpose is to restore the family bond, with Israel as sons and daughters under his rule. I gathered you together, as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings. But now, what shall I do unto you? I will cast you out from my face. Yahweh gathered Israel for protection, but rebellion leads to being cast out, exile, and scattering. That's the condition many Israelites live today, outside the homeland, under other systems, until repentance and gathering come. When ye offer unto me, I will turn my face from you. For your solemn feast days, your new moons, and your circumcisions have I forsaken. Ritual without obedience is rejected. For the remnant, this corrects performance-based religion. Keeping feasts and outward signs means nothing if the heart and conduct break Yahweh's commandments. I sent unto you my servants the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain, and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, saith the Lord. Israel's history includes rejecting correction, persecuting prophets instead of repenting. This warns scattered Israel. Don't hate rebuke. Yahweh requires accountability when his messengers are despised. Thus saith the Almighty Lord, Your house is desolate. I will cast you out as the wind doth stubble. House desolate points to covenant consequences, loss of stability, land, and protection. For dispersed Israel, it explains why we often feel uprooted. Covenant breaking produces scattering like stubble in the wind. And your children shall not be fruitful, for they have despised my commandment, and done the thing that is an evil before me. Fruitfulness is tied to covenant obedience. Family stability and continuance are blessings Yahweh gives to Israel. This warns the remnant that rebellion harms future generations unless we return to Yahweh's commandments. Your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me yet shall believe me, to whom I have showed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them. Yahweh speaks of a people that shall come, who will obey where rebellious Israel refused. In an Israel-focused frame, this functions as judgment and provocation. Yahweh showing Israel that obedience is possible, and that he can raise up those who will honor his statutes, moving Israel toward jealousy, repentance, and eventual restoration. They have seen no prophets, yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them. This highlights genuine repentance, acknowledging sin even without dramatic signs. For scattered Israel, it's a blueprint. Stop waiting for spectacle. Begin with confession, remembrance, and turning back to Yahawah. I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness, and though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit they believe the thing that I say. Yahawah points to faith arising in a later generation as a testimony against disobedient Israel. For the remnant today, it means Yahawah can awaken belief among his scattered children, even in lands where they haven't seen him in national glory. Yet his word still calls them home. And now, brother, behold what glory, and see the people that come from the east. This signals an end-time gathering theme. People moving from specific regions as Yahawah restores his nation. For the scattered tribes, it reinforces expectation. Yahawah's program includes regathering Israel from many directions. Unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Oseas, Amos, and Micaiah, Joel, Abdias, and Jonas. This is covenant leadership language. Patriarchs and prophets representing promise and correction. For dispersed Israel, it teaches that true leadership is rooted in Yahawah's covenant history, not in the powers of the nations. Nahum and Habakkuk, Sophonius, Aggeus, Zachary, and Malachi, which is called also an angel of the Lord. The list completes a prophetic witness. Yahawah's messengers stand as proof that Israel was warned and guided. For the remnant, it anchors your learning. Your restoration isn't built on modern opinion, but on the established prophetic record Yahawah gave to Israel. Yahawah's covenant lawsuit, why Israel was cast out, and how the remnant returns, 2 Esdras 1. Shalom, Israel. Today's lesson is not generic religion. This is Yahawah speaking to his covenant people, Jacob and Judah, the two houses. This chapter reads like a court case, a covenant lawsuit, where Yahawah lays out the evidence of what he did for Israel, what Israel did in return, and why the scattering happened. If you're part of the modern scattered remnant, this is your family business. It explains our condition in these last days, why we live among other nations, why our community suffers, why the world stays heavy on us, and what Yahawah is actually requiring for restoration. First, notice how the chapter starts with lineage and captivity. Esdras is of Levi, connected to priesthood, and yet he's in a foreign empire. That's a message by itself. When Israel breaks covenant, even sacred things end up under heathen rule. But the lineage also proves Yahawah never loses track of his people. The nations may rename us, rebrand us, and scatter us, but Yahawah keeps receipts. The remnant must think like that. Our identity is covenant-based, not culture-based. Second, Yahawah reminds Israel of deliverance. Egypt, the sea, Moses, and Aaron, manna, water from the rock, protection in the wilderness, and the land inheritance. He's saying, I didn't just help you, I formed you as a nation. That matters for you today. You're not trying to join a new religion. You're waking up to an ancient covenant. Yahawah is not negotiating with Israel like strangers. He's correcting Israel like a father who already invested everything. Third, Yahawah exposes the real problem. Israel forgot him and served strange gods. That's bigger than statues. Strange gods are the systems and worship of the nations, values, ideologies, lusts, pride, violence, oppression, anything that replaces obedience. This is why he rejects feast days and outward signs when the hands are still filthy. The remnant needs to hear this clearly. You can't wear Israel on the outside while living like Babylon on the inside. Yahawah is not impressed with performance. He's calling for covenant loyalty, commandments in the heart, and justice in the life. Fourth, This chapter explains the pain of our current condition. Yahawah says, Israel's sins became heavy, and the result is, your house is desolate. I will cast you out. I will not hear you, when the crying isn't repentance. That's heavy, but it's honest. For the modern scattered tribes, it means our healing starts with truth. We stop blaming only enemies and start owning covenant responsibility. Yes, enemies are real, but Yahawah is the one who controls Israel's captivity and Israel's release. Fifth, Yahawah also points to hope and prophecy. He speaks of a people to come who will believe and remember sins. In an Israel-focused understanding, this is Yahawah showing that he can awaken obedience and faith among the scattered, even in lands where they don't see signs. The point isn't replacement. The point is provocation and correction. Yahawah will raise up those who actually keep his statutes, and that should wake Israel up to return. So how do we apply this as the remnant today? Stop treating our suffering as random. It's covenant discipline. Return with repentance, not excuses. Confess, turn, and rebuild obedience. Clean hands and clean mouth. No violence, no injustice, no double life. Teach the next generation. Yahawah said, tell your children's children, because restoration is national. Hold to the promises. Yahawah corrects Israel, but he also preserves Israel, because the inheritance is real. Today you're not just hearing ancient history. You're hearing Yahawah calling his scattered children back into remembrance, order, and covenant life, so we can be prepared for his gathering and for the kingdom promised to Israel.